Are we excited? Yeah, we're excited. Okay, so for today's workout, if you have an exercise ball, grab your exercise ball. If you don't have an exercise ball, a towel is going to work perfectly fine if you have a sliding floor like a hardwood or ceramic. If you don't have that, don't worry, I've got options if you don't have a ball or a slidey floor with a towel. Okay, so we're going to start with our warm-up that we've done the first couple of times, which are your jumping jacks, your high knees, your leg swings, and your walking lunges. From there, I'm going to demo the 8 exercises that you're going to do. You're going to do those 8 exercises back to back. You're going to take a rest for 60 to 90 seconds, and then depending on how you're feeling today, you're going to do 2 to 3 sets of those, and then we're going to finish that with a Tabata like we have every other time. So if you're ready, grab your stuff and we're going to get warmed up. Start today with 30 seconds of jumping jacks. So remembering your high impact version here, or if you need to, just that side step. Really think about getting those arms up over your head. Warm up those shoulders like I said before. So you can just use a clock, you can use a timer on your phone. If you're like me, just use a timer on your watch. And then high knees. So getting those knees up towards your chest. Keep that back nice and straight, chest nice and tall. If that's too much, remember you have the option to march on the spot. Just really get those arms into it. Or jogging on the spot. Your workout, your warm up, wherever you're at today. And then leg swings. So opposite leg to opposite arm. Warm up those hamstrings. Keeping that chest tall. Remember you can slow it down. So try not to allow that chest to collapse down into your legs. Again, keep that back straight. And lastly, walking lunges. So we're just going to step and lunge, step and lunge. Take 2 or 3 each way before you turn around. I only have room to do 2. Working in this tiny space, but just proving that you can still have a good workout in a little bit of space. Okay, so we're warmed up. We're ready to start with that first exercise. First exercise is going to be a single leg squat, single leg pistol squat, or if those are too hard for you, then the option is obviously to take it to just a body weight squat. So to do a pistol squat, you're going to notice that I have a towel, or that towel. I'm going to use that to elevate my heels slightly, and that's going to help with my ankle flexibility and mobility so I can get a little bit deeper into my squat. So your hardest option is going to be this guy right here. This is your pistol squat. We want to hinge at the hip. We want to sink down. Try not to lose your balance, so use that core, and then we're going to stand up, and we're going to do that. If you can do the pistol squat, you're giving me 5 to 6 on either leg. Don't worry about the knees cracking, they're all good. Okay, so like I said, that's your hardest option. Your next option, I'm going to demonstrate on my opposite leg, since those 3 pretty much did in that first leg. You're going to use a chair, you're going to use a bench, and we're going to do the same thing. You're just going to squat, lead with the hips, tap down on that seat, and stand up. Tap down, stand up. If either of those options are still too challenging for you, we're just going to take it to a regular squat, chest tall, abs are braced, hinge at those hips, squat down, work in your own range of motion, drive through those heels, squeeze those glutes, and stand up. And instead of doing 6 to 8 on either side, you're going to give me 12 to 16 squats. You're going to see that I have my handy exercise ball here with me. We're going to be doing an alternating lunge with a twist. So I'm going to demonstrate first with the exercise ball, and then I'm going to switch to show you the option with the towel if you don't have one of these balls. So all you're going to do is you're going to step forward, you're going to lunge, and then you're going to rotate, come back to the center, come halfway up, push back. Then you're going to step forward with the opposite leg. You're going to lunge. You're going to rotate, keep that chest up. Come back to the center, halfway up, and push back. If you don't have the ball, you have a handy towel. I want you to pull as tightly on the towel as you can, making sure that you're engaging that back, and it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be a lunge, rotate, back to center, stand up, opposite leg, rotate, back to center, and up. You're going to give me 10 to 12 on each leg. Exercise number 3, we're going to focus on the hamstrings and focus on those glutes a little bit. So you're going to be doing a hamstring curl using the stability ball. Again, if you don't have the ball, you're going to use a towel. And if you don't have the towel, I've got a third option for you as well. So you're going to come down onto the ground, flat on your back. You're going to bring your heels on top of the ball. Hands flat on the ground. You're going to lift your hips up, keeping those feet flexed. I want you to curl that ball in towards your glutes, and then I want you to think about pushing through those heels and knot your knees and extend. Keeping those hips up the whole time. You're going to give me 12 to 15 hamstring curls here. Again, if you don't have that stability ball, just grab your towel on the slidey floor. Hips come up. And we do the same thing with the towel. Pull that towel in and push that towel away. If those aren't an option for you, glute bridges. We did them the other day using the bench. We're just going to use them flat. We're just going to go flat from the ground. And we're going to squeeze up and down. Up and down. Again, 12 to 15. Exercise number 4. We're going to be doing Supermans. We're going to do them on the exercise ball. Again, I'll show you the option if you don't have the exercise ball. You're going to grab the ball. You're going to find some wall space. You're going to place your feet against the wall. The stability ball is going to go just underneath your hips. I want that towel to be fully extended. You're going to grab it as wide as you possibly can. Now I want you to brace your abs, and all you're going to do is you're going to squeeze up. Keep that tension on that towel. Come back down to the ground. Squeeze up. Keep that tension on that towel. Really squeeze between those shoulder blades. Activate that upper back. And squeeze. We're going to do 12 to 15 of these here. If you don't have the ball, you're going to do the same thing on the ground. You're just going to lie flat. Grab that towel. Squeeze up and control down. Make sure you squeeze those glutes as tight as you can. Squeezing those glutes, you're going to lift those quads up off the ground. Keep that tension in the upper back. And we do 12 to 15 on the ground. If you are pregnant and you don't want to lie on your belly for the Supermans, we're going to go back to that bird dog option. So shoulders over top of wrists, hips over top of knees. Nice flat back, and we're just going to lift up. You're going to go opposite arm, opposite leg. Then today what I want you to do is I just want you to rotate that arm and that leg to about a 45-degree angle. Come back to center and down. Opposite, thumb to the ceiling, lift that leg up parallel to the ground. Rotate 45 degrees. Come back to center and down. So for those, you're going to do 5 or 6 on each side. Okay, we're going to move into the upper body now. So we're either going to be using the ball or we're going to be using a bench. And we're going to focus on those triceps. So on the stability ball, hands are going to be hip width apart. If you can, you're going to pop the butt right off this side of the ball. We're going to push those elbows back. And then we're going to push up. So elbows go back, drop the glutes towards the floor, and push up. So this is a little bit harder on your joints because there's instability, a little bit more pressure on your wrist. You're going to give me 12 to 15 here. If that is too much, we're going to go back to the bench, heels on the ground. The important thing, I want to make sure that we keep our hips nice and close. Elbows push straight back so they shouldn't be flaring out to the side. Remember, the farther you walk your feet away, the harder that exercise becomes. And you always have the option, if you want a little bit of instability with your feet, instead, drop down and up. Any way you do it, 12 to 15 reps. Staying with the upper body, we're going to be using the ball or the towel again. We're going to be doing a crunch and a push-up. So to get onto the ball, you can either start on the ball here and then walk yourself forward into a push-up position, or you can just kick your feet up like I'm going to do. Come into that push-up position. So one thing to think about when you're doing this exercise, the closer the ball is to your knees, the easier the exercise is going to be. The stronger you're feeling, the farther away you want that ball to be. The other important thing is we need to keep those abs braced. We need to keep those glutes engaged. If we don't, this is going to happen. And we don't want that. We don't want sagging through the lower back. We don't want the pressure on the lower back. And our push-ups also going to look really, really strange. So from here, you're only going to be doing 8 to 10 of these. You're going to do a crunch. You're going to extend out. Lead with that chest. Push up. Crunch. Push up. And keep going. If you can't hit that 10, don't worry. Do what you can today. I'm going to give you the option with the towel. Same push-up position. You're going to crunch in, out, and push up. Pull in, extend out, push up, and again, if that's too much for you, just take it to a push-up. You can also do the crunch, drop your knees, and then do your push-up here, or just straight push-ups from your knees, whatever you can do. Good news, 2 more exercises to go. We're going to focus on that core. You're going to lie down onto the ground. You're going to start with the stability ball between the legs. Arms are going to be over your head, and we're going to do a V-sit. So that means you're going to lift your legs. You're going to lift your upper body towards those legs. You're going to grab the ball, and you're going to extend. Keep those arms elevated. Keep those heels elevated. And back, place that ball. And extend down nice and slow. You're going to do 10 to 12 of those. If you don't have the ball, we're just going to do I'm more worried about the ball rolling back at me. Okay, so V-up, same thing, 10 to 12. Try and keep those heels up that whole time. For my pregnant people, or if that's too much, dead bug. So we're going to go opposite arm, opposite leg with that stability ball. Slow and controlled motion. Focus on keeping those abs nice and flat. If you feel that pulling on your lower back, just don't allow that leg to come down as low. So kick it up a little bit higher and go here. So same thing, we're going to go 5 to 6 on each side. If you don't have the ball, you can do it without the ball. Just try not to let that opposite hand, this hand, come forward as that leg is coming forward. Use that brain. Your final exercise in this circuit is JC legs. The whole time, you're going to keep your hands up over your head or behind your head. We're going to be doing 10 squats. We're going to be doing 10 alternating lunges. Then we're going to do 10 jumping squats. And then we're going to do 10 jumping lunges all together. Back to back. So your squats, down, squeeze up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously your pace might be a little bit slower. My short legs move a little bit faster. 6, 7. So this is going to start to get the heart pumping. So there's your 10 squats, 10 lunges. You can either step forward, that's 2, or if you want, step backwards, that's 4. You can change it up, doesn't really matter. Again, work at your own pace. 7, 8, 9, good. Now, 10 jumping squats. 1, 2. If the jump squat is not there, I just want you to come and work that range a little bit faster. That's 7 already. 8, 9, feeling that burn. 10, then right into those jumping lunges. 1, 2, 3, 4. If that's too much, just take it to that reverse lunge. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Heart rate should be up. Now you're going to take that break for 60 to 90 seconds. We're going to do all 8 exercises again, 1 or 2 more times. Ready? Let's go. To finish the workout off today, we're going to do a Tabata finisher again. So get that handy timer ready. Remember, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest for 8 rounds. When that's ready, we're going to hit start. I guess I should let you know what exercises you're doing. Probably helpful. Okay, so we're going to be doing lateral sprints. Means we're going to be running side to side, and then we're going to be doing Everest climbers. Don't worry, I'll give you your options. Okay, the clock is on. Your lateral sprint, about 4 counts sideways, 4 counts the other way, and just keep going back to back. You can push off that foot. If you're an athlete, think about changing direction. Get those knees up. And rest for 10 seconds. Everest climbers, similar to the mountain climbers. The only difference is we're bringing the knees or the legs to the outside of the hands. Keeping that back straight. Keep those shoulders over top of your wrists. You can obviously pick up the pace. And I'll give you your lower impact options. So obviously, just march, side to side, tap, swing those arms, tap. Keep going for 20 seconds. Okay, rest. So your low impact is just to walk your feet coming back to that center each time, or like the mountain climbers, use that bench. So here, maybe you can move your legs a little bit faster. Your workout, your time. Do what you can today. That's it. You're obviously going to keep going for 4 more rounds, but for today we're done.